kind people that I work for decided to give us a fatigue day, so I decided to get up early and go for a full day in the bush to recover from 10 weeks of night shift. So here we go. I've slipped over the side here and just straight on deer. Got this little fella, played with him for a little while, and anyway, come along on this hunt and we'll see how we go. Just coming down this ridge, and I'd already seen that spiky. Yeah, I saw that bit of sign, bit of a scrape, and just as I was getting there, I heard a heap of noise down low. I went, my wind's dropped down in there and they're pushed off. Anyway, I was watching it. I saw about a 4-point, just a young stag, sleek through, and I went, Anyway, there was still a heap of noise, so I just sat and watched. Eventually I spotted another one feeding, pretty sure it was a spike, and then just 3 or 4 deer playing, and I'm pretty sure they're all little stags. Anyway, I've just found this little rut pad. I think that was where I saw them anyway, so I think they're all a bit either deprived or, you know, just practicing. So anyway, it was a bit of fun. This wind's not helping me, but see how we go. Right, I've just pulled up for a bit of a break and a bit of a chew. The last spike here, I didn't measure it, but it was less than 10 yards. I'd hear him pulling the grass out with his teeth and chewing, and that was pretty cool, eh? Like, he let me slip past him. I was being pretty quiet, but there was obviously another deer above us, as I heard that break a few sticks. But yeah, he must have just thought I was another deer. Yeah, he got my area in the end, and I moved a little bit. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I think he was a spiker as well. I think I've only seen spikers or small stags this morning. I think I'm up to about 5 or 6. A lot of sign in here still. So it's the same spot I've been going into. First time I've hunted in the morning though. And the plan was to come down from the top and walk along the ridge, because there's a ripper pad that runs along this ridge and it's got a lot of sign on it. Stag sign, preacher trees, and just good pads, and you just see where they've been bedding and having a ball. Anyway, it's sort of worked out, because as soon as I got on that ridge, I've been spotting deer. It's going to be a warm one today, so going down further where I've never been before, so I'll slip down there and then I'll circle back around and come back up through where I have hunted before. I know there's a couple of beds, so I'm going to try and just jump them out of their beds today. If I go quiet enough, I've got a good chance. It's open enough but thick enough to sort of let me slip in. We'll see how we go. Pretty decent sort of cherry tree rub. Been hit for a long time. Haven't found any antlers yet. Back up on the ridge up there, I found a tree with a bit of mud on it. So I slipped around the ridge, headed down a bit of a spur, and there's this really nice gully here. I thought I'll slip in there and just see if I can find a wallow. Anyway, don't know if it is or it isn't, but I'll walk you down onto what I found here. About the right colour. So this is where they've been getting it. Handhill. Look at this gully. Spot on. Anyway, so been pretty hard to get through some of this country quietly, but I've still seen deer. I reckon the main reason is there's a fair few deer in here, so they're used to hearing each other walking around in this scrub. There's not a hell of a lot of hunting pressure in here, helps, but also I'm staying on if I can see a pad, I'm on it. It just gets you that little bit quieter. If you're on a deer pad, chances are you'll see a deer. Just go quietly along the pad. You don't have to be too quiet, but just slow like a deer would. Anyway, looks like I've got something else over here. What do we got? You can see the sign pads and that leading off here everywhere. I put up a hind and a yearling up on the top of the ridge. I used the call to stop the hind. She was sleeking out on me. But yeah, I just gave her one little squeak. Pulled her up. Plenty of time for a shot, but a couple of k's in here and really interested in carting out any meat. Anyway, I'm going to slip around here. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning now, so. Put up another hind and a young stag. Got good looks at both of them. Anyway, I've come around. It's 1 o'clock now, so it's warmed up. I went and checked on an old one I knew about. I've been in it, but not. It's too full. Too much water. Anyway, I'm slipping up the side here, trying to look back into where I've been walking around the last few times. And I've found a cranking wallow. I'd love to go down to it, but I'm a bit lazy. I'm 100 yards up the hill and up is where I've got to go, so have a look at this. I thought it's pretty fresh. Fairly well stirred up. So I've just been having a bit of a snooze. I'm on night shift at the moment. Got a couple of nights off. But anyway, cruise around here on this big pad. Really scared me half to death. Bloody bird flew out over my head and looked at me. It was a lyrebird. Anyway, never, ever have I seen a lyrebird nest. No chick in it. Or an egg. Oh no, there is an egg. Cool. Look at that. There's an egg just there. So, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, there you go. I think it's a lyrebird. I don't know. Pretty cool little construction. I don't hear it, but or a dog howling up the gully here. If I get half a chance, I'm going to knock this thing over. I heard one howling earlier up the other side. Not something you see every day. I've got a feeling this is a dingo, a wild dog. Den here somewhere. So I've got this dog up in here howling, and when I was having a snooze I heard a yipping, and I've heard it before when they've got pups. Now this area here, it's definitely dogs. You can see there's no hooves, it's all pads and flattened out the ground. So I'm guessing there's pups here somewhere. I'm going to be able to call her in pretty easy, I'd say. Anyway, she's killed this bloody echidna and she's dropped it here for him to chew on. Got 2 puncture marks in it. So that's why we get rid of the bastards. I reckon she's carried this a long way, because I'm a long way in the bush. I don't know how many kidneys get around. Keep an eye on me back. Anyway, see how we go. Well, I gave a bit of a howl, but she went quiet on me straight away, so could be way up in there. She could be just there and I wouldn't see her anyway. Anyway. She's probably coming in, but I've been waiting probably 15-20 minutes. Nothing. Thought she might have howled her way in, but she went quiet straight away. I'll keep looking down in here. Might just show up. I might bump into her maybe. Anyway, got some good deer country up here. I'll gotta concentrate on them, I suppose. I'm on my way out. I was going to stay for the afternoon, but the sign's really dried up. And wind's not really favourable, but I'll just know this, that I've shot plenty of good stags when I've had no sign, and this time of year the big fellas have done the job on the hinds, most of them. They're probably tucked up in one of these tight gullies here, just chilling out away from the rest of them at the moment. Feeding back up. A lot of the scrapes are sort of, the signs dying off them. They're not really rutting like they were last time I was in here, so anyway, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on the way out. I've got about 600 or 700 metres to go up this hill, so we'll see what we turn up. Hope you've enjoyed this one. A few different little things there. I don't know if that nest was a lyrebird. I think it was, looking at those little real fluffy little feathers in there. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before. Had a little egg in it. And the dingo or wild dog den. Pity I couldn't catch up with them. But anyway, beautiful arvo. Seen 10 deer today, plus one driving in. 7 of them were little stags or spikies. A couple of hinds and 1 yearling. So, pretty good trip really. Look where I find myself again. At least it's not dark, I suppose. What a hellhole. Try and go over that or under it.